This is the second installation of the video introduction to Scratch and the programming environment for Scratch. In this particular video clip, I will show you how you can make Scratch the sprite perform operations without even writing a program. So what we can do is the first thing is you can drag the sprite around in the canvas or the stage any way you want. So that part is pretty easy. And then you can go to the motion tab on the left hand side, look at all the things that sprite can do. For example, we can make a sprite go 10 steps. You can even edit and say, I don't want sprite to go 10 steps, I want it to go 100 steps. So once you have changed 10 to 100, all you have to do is to click it once, and you can see that the sprite here just went forward 100 steps. And you can click it again so it can move another 100 steps forward. You can also control sprite to make turns. So in here we can specify we'll make a sprite turn 90 degrees, and once again click the block to make a sprite turn 90 degrees. Click it again and again and again, and so now sprite is back to its original orientation. You can change a lot of things. You can make sprite point to a particular direction. So in this case, I can make it point to the mouse pointer. But this is not going to be very useful because in order for me to click this box or to click this action, the mouse pointer has to be here. So Scratch will just be pointing into that direction like so. But when your program is running, you can use your mouse here to control the direction of where Scratch points to. You can go to looks, and there are a lot of things you can do here as well. One thing you can do is to change the costume of Scratch. There are basically two costumes or two bitmaps for this sprite right now, and by interchanging those two costumes, Scratch will appear that it is walking. So you can click next costume, and right now Scratch is walking upside down but without going anywhere. You can click all of these items too. All this does, say hello for 2 seconds, is to create a speech bubble and make it display for 2 seconds, and then your program can continue to operate. The think is just a thought bubble instead of a speech bubble, so it works pretty much the same way. Sound, controls the sound of Scratch. Pen is interesting because this controls how Scratch draws on the screen. By default, Scratch does not have a pen held down, so whenever it goes, it doesn't leave a trace. However, if you specify pen down, and you can see that a little bit of a color here, this is the color of the pen, then you can go back to motion and then ask Scratch to move, let's say 200 steps forward in this case, and click the action. You can see Scratch has just drawn a straight line in navy blue 200 steps. So that's how you can control Scratch to do that sort of thing. The other stuff here in control, sensing, operators, and variables, they're not as useful when you're using Scratch in an interactive mode, which is what I'm doing right now. But you can still do some of these stuff here. Like in sensing, you can click touching and then edge here, and then just click the icon here. It will tell you it is false because Scratch is not touching the edge of the stage at this point. You can also ask what is the x coordinate of the mouse, and it says it's negative 331, which means it is 731 pixels beyond the left edge of the stage. You can also ask what is the y coordinate. It's negative 86 right now. You can ask whether mouse down is true or not, which is basically asking me, am I holding the button of the mouse? Am I holding the mouse button down? So there are lots of stuff you can do already without having to write a program. In the next video clip, I will show you how you can write your program so that we don't have to click all these action items again and again in order for Scratch to do something. We can automate all of that stuff using our programs. Thank you for watching.